Yo YouTube, welcome back to the Nico Show, and I'm back with another video. I was supposed to get the video out in like a week and a half. I'm sorry about that. I wasn't able to because when I was looking at my footage, the audio was bad. Basically, the audio was bad. I was listening to it and it was like, can I keep this? No, couldn't keep it at all. The wind was hitting and I didn't realize how hard the wind was hitting. So I'm like, man, I have to refilm this whole part of the video, and of course I have to, but I didn't necessarily want to because it's like I wanted to give y'all a different angle. I wanted to give y'all new scenery. I wanted to give y'all a new environment, but I couldn't do that, which was unfortunate because I wanted to implement more things into the content. But it is what it is. We gotta adapt and we'll be all right. One of the things that I do want to talk about is like going after your dreams in a time like this. And what I mean by a time like this is that we are on the verge of war. I don't know if y'all know. I don't know if y'all been paying attention. I don't know if y'all know anything about the international news. But from what I've seen, we are on the verge. Or not even, I wouldn't even say we're on the verge. I would say we are at war with Iran. We are at war. Folks is sending missiles and dropping bombs. And it's like, how do you go about filming and going about your daily life knowing that anything could happen at any second? And bro, it's like, what other choice do you have, you know? Because you can't stop chasing your dream, especially me, like, not even chase your dream, but go after it. Especially me because, bro, like, this makes me so fulfilled. It makes me so fulfilled, and it's one of the things that makes me smile, and the fact that I'm able to help people from talking. Like, it's a beautiful thing to me. But if you meet me in person, I'm not really talkative unless I know you. And even then, sometimes I just feel like I don't feel like talking at all because it's like I have nothing to say. But when I do have something to say, I'm gonna speak. I'm gonna speak for sure, 100%. But that is just part of what makes me me, you know? Like, I'm not trying to be anybody else. I don't want to be anybody else. It's just like Bruce said. I don't know if y'all should know who Bruce is if y'all into content and stuff like that. But it's like what Bruce said when he was reacting to the Duke stream that one day. It was like, what is it? It was somebody that, what did they say? They said something in the chat like, man, I wish I could be like Duke. And he was like, why be like Duke when you already you? And that resonated so much with me because it's like, why? You're already you. Why would you want to be another man because of the material that they have? Because we can talk about material all day. That don't mean you're going to be happy. But people don't like to hear that because of their current circumstances. They don't like to hear money isn't everything. Because how you gonna say money isn't everything to somebody that can barely afford a McChicken? Which is understandable, but at the same time, you have to know, like, money is not the end all be all. You can have money and still be depressed. You can have money and still be sad. You can have money and your family is not okay. You can have money but have no friends. You can have money and do everything alone. You can have money and not live a fulfilled life. You can have money and your family die. You can have money and your friends die. You can have money and your siblings get cancer or they get diseases or they get killed. You can have money and all these things can still happen. So don't get so caught up in the money that you think like, if I get money, all my problems will go away. No. Don't think that. Think that when I get money, I would say 90% of your problems are going to go away. The other 10% is like I said, family, friends, your mental, you loving yourself, your emotional, like it's so much. Like that 10% is going to weigh on you heavily. But back to what I was saying, like doing content while America is basically on the verge of war or is in war. Like, you also got to do this, but you also got to take time to relax. And I know a lot of people don't necessarily like that because they're so caught up in hustle culture and capitalism. But in order for you to work efficiently and do the best that you need to do, there are times where you have to rest. Of course, you're gonna have those nights where you don't get no sleep because of how locked in you are. I'm not talking about that. Majority of the time, you are going to need the rest because rest allows you to recover, which will allow you to do what you're trying to do consistently. When you don't rest and you're burnt out and your mind is shot, it's not gonna work. And that's also why you gotta figure out what works for you, to be honest, for real. Like, you can try all these different things, but if you don't find what works for you while you're trying to get closer to your goals day by day, it's not gonna work. Because not everybody is the same. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Because like I said, you wanna be you. I wanna be me, bro. Once you start experiencing life and you gain self-respect and you gain self-love and you gain self-worth, self-esteem, and you go throughout life and you gain all this wisdom and you have all this love within your heart, bro, you would want to be you too. And people might hear that and think I'm boasting or whatever the case may be. No, bro, I just love me, gang. And when people are not used to you having this confidence and walking around with this self-esteem, they will try to label you as cocky, egotistic, and arrogant. But no, you're just not used to seeing this version of me. You're used to seeing the version of me that wasn't confident about himself. You're used to seeing the version of me that allows somebody to walk all over them. You're used to seeing the version of me where this would say stuff to me and I basically just, no consequences will happen beyond that. That time is gone, you know? Like, I'm older, bro. Like, I'm 20 years old, bro. That's crazy to even say, because I remember when I was 16 years old, and they don't be capping when they say, bro, time is gonna fly. And another thing that should resonate with y'all is the fact that, and I heard this from somebody, and I was like, yeah, I gotta speak about that in the video. You are going to be an adult way longer than you are going to be a child. You have to know that. So, and I'm not saying when you a kid that you shouldn't have fun. Yes, be a kid and allow a kid to be a kid. However, as you get older, that time is going to tick. Whether you realize it or not, that time is going to tick, and by the time you realize it, you're 30 years old. But you don't want to be the 30-year-old that's like, what am I doing? Like, they don't have anything figured out. And I'm not saying you should have your life completely figured out by the time you're 30 years old. Because that's not, I would say that's not realistic. Because if you really think about it, bro, you're only 30 years old. You're still young. Like, you're not as young as a 20-year-old, but you're still young. So I don't expect you to completely know what you want to do in life. But I would push for you to figure out what you want to do in life. I feel like everybody should push and go try things and see what they want to do in life. And also know what you don't want to do in life. And the way to do that is just look around you. I can look at somebody in my family and be like, okay, I don't want to be them at all. This person has no budgeting skills. This person has a lack of emotional intelligence. This person has no regard for anything, no respect for anything, wants to do what they want to do in the most reckless and negative way. Anytime this person comes around, it's like chaos. Every time this person comes around, I have to be on guard. Every time this person's around, they like to come up with lies and excuses, and they like to guilt trip, and they don't have no money, and they doing all this other stuff that doesn't even matter in the grand scheme of things. So you can really just be like, I don't want that. I do it all the time. I do it when I'm at work. I do it when I'm in the gym. I do it when I'm at home, when I'm watching videos. I do it very often. I'll be like, I have to figure something out, and this is gonna be my way, bro. This is gonna be my way. I love content. I love the editing behind it. I love the photography behind it. I love the color grading behind it. I love the process. I love being the cameraman. I love being the man behind the scenes that you don't really see, but you see the finished work. The only reason y'all really see me is because who else I'ma film? Like, I want to film myself because it's about, you know what I'm saying, me and y'all in the community that I'm trying to build. But if my content wasn't like, if my content didn't involve me in any way, shape, or form, I would probably want to be like the man behind the camera. And even then, I'll probably still do that when I get older. Because like I said, I am going to branch out into things. When I get successful in content, I'm not just gonna do like content. Like I'm gonna do things that involve content. Like like you're seeing me through the camera, but I'm also gonna be the man behind the camera. I'm gonna be the man that's taking the shots. I'm gonna be the man that, like, I want to do that. And I'm so grateful that I'm multifaceted. Hopefully I said that right and that's the right word. But hopefully, I mean, I'm grateful that I'm so multifaceted in that I have so many skills and I have the ability to bring them to life. And I speak with so much passion. And I think that's a way to go about life. To have so much passion in your heart when you speak, that it rubs off on the people around you, that you have so much passion that a stranger that you don't even know wants to do something with their life, that they see how much you care about something and they be like, I want to care about something so much the way that they do. Because not everybody knows their passion. And not only that, not everybody is able to live out their passion to the full extent that they would like. But I don't see that as what will happen to me, because I'm gonna push this, bro. Even if it takes me 3 years, even if it takes me 5 years, why would I stop? Why would I stop just because it took me 5 years? It's going to take time. And if I really want to do this, I'm not even going to like think too much about the numbers. I'm going to just post and I'm going to just film and I'm going to just edit and I'm going to go. You got to have that mindset, because it's like with one of my friends. It's not going to matter if you don't get the numbers. Of course you want that. Of course you want the numbers, you want the spotlight, this, that, and the third. But it's not gonna matter if you get the numbers, if you get the spotlight, if you get the promotion, this, that, and the third. Because at the end of the day, even if you didn't blow up, you still would be making music. If I didn't blow up, or I didn't have like 10 million followers, I still would be doing content. I still would, because what else is there to do? Like, of course, I can do all of these other things, but where's the passion? And I hope that everybody will get to feel the way that I feel about my content. I really do. And I hope that not only will you feel that way about my content, I pray that you will be able to feel that way about yourself and what you want to do. Because it's important. It's very important. Also, I want to speak on, hold on, let me get this tissue. I wanted to speak on healing. And what I'm going to say is that when it comes to healing, you can get so caught up in healing that you actually don't take the steps to heal. You can be so focused on the result that you don't take the steps that will get you to that result. And that's bad. You do not want to do that. In my experience, when you focus on anything more than the steps that will get you to that result, you waste so much time, and you will be like, man, where did the time go? The time went towards you focusing on the result, and you never got there. 2 years later, you never got there. 6 months later, you never got there. 5 years later, you never got there, because you were so focused on the result that you never put in the work. You never put in the work. And it can't stay like that, and it can't be like that. You have to understand that you can't just walk around. You can't just walk around the world and live life as you please and nothing be done. That's a miserable life. And I wouldn't want that to be me. And because I don't want it to be me, I don't want it to be y'all. What's up, y'all? I just try and get some toothpaste real quick, because I definitely need some. I don't have any. I mean, I do, but it's not the one that I usually use, which is like, you know, it's not a big problem, but it's a problem with me. When I was lifting weights yesterday, bro, I hit my finger in between two 45 plates, bro. I don't know, can y'all see that? I don't think y'all can see that. Y'all can't, y'all can kind of see it, bro. That bit turned purple. I'm like, bro. And bro, yeah, last night, it was hurting so bad, gang. It was annoying. Let's go get this toothpaste real quick. Sadly, I have to go into Walmart because it's the only place that sells the toothpaste. And y'all are probably gonna be like, Brendan, why are you? Bro, this type of toothpaste is like a better quality toothpaste. So y'all, the Guru Nanda toothpaste. But Walmart is the only place that sells it. And I don't like going to Walmart. I be telling my parents, like, bro, if we could find any other store, at least try. Like, for me, bro, I don't know any other store that sells it. So we gotta go Walmart. We got, you know, pack secure. And then it had me thinking, like, bro, we are in the middle of a war. Like, we're finna go to war with Iran.
And that's crazy to even think about. Like, I would have never thought that I would be in the middle of a war at my age. And it's like, people are so caught up in what's going on in their day-to-day lives that they're not even paying attention to what's going on around them. And that's exactly how they want everything to be. They want you to be so busy with work, and that work is so time consuming that you don't look around and see what's going on around you and in your surroundings. Bro, folks is really gonna be dropping bombs and missiles. They delivering artillery, like, it's, bro, and there's so much going on, like, with that and family and things of that nature. But the one thing that keep me grounded is God, like, because the war is out of my control. The health of my family is out of my control. The health of the people in my family is out of my control. Like, I can't do anything but depend on God. Like, I can't. I wish I could. I wish I had the power to heal your sickness or help somebody. Like, yeah, I could do it, but I'm not no supernatural. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no supernatural God. I don't have no superpowers. So I can only do what I can do. So I gotta continue the content. This is what fulfills me. This is a part of what makes me wake up in the morning and get up in the morning to really be able to do this. And I go to work so I can fund this dream. Like, again, I bought a camera, bro. Bro, when I bought a camera, I felt so proud of myself. Like, I spent my hard-earned money to buy this camera to fund my dream, and then I bought a cage. But I'm really working. I'm really working, bro. I want to get that 50 subscribers so I can get a new cam. I want that ZVE 10. My eye has been on it, bro. My eye has been on it, cause it's so nice, bro. It's so nice. Then I have to get a new. You know how it go when you get a new camera. You gotta get a new case. Gotta get a new ND filter. But hey, it is what it is. And bro, I want to get the camera monitor bad, gang. Like, I want to get the camera monitor bad, cause it looks so good, and I know it will work so well with the ZVE 10. Even with this camera, it will work so well. You gotta take one step at a time. And I really just talking about depending on God, because bro, life can get overwhelming, especially when you have so much on your plate and so much that you think about on a day-to-day basis. And sometimes things will get worse instead of getting better. It's like, how do you deal with all of that? Like, you really got to turn it to, like, over to God. And I know a lot of people, they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear it at all. I don't know what else to tell you. Besides what you can do and what's in your control, you got to leave it up to God, bro. Yo, what's up, y'all? I just wanted to say that hopefully y'all like this video and let me know what I can do better on it. I really wanted to get that shot for y'all, but I couldn't because the audio was so awful. But hopefully y'all like this video. Let me know what I can implement, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.